Hey guys, hope you're doing well. Today we're going to be checking out the brand new Slaughter To Prevail track entitled Agony. Now, I've been following this band for quite some time, but even longer, I've been following their vocalist, Alex Terrible. He's known on YouTube. He does fucking brutal covers, and he's an absolute beastly vocalist. But regarding the band, I really enjoyed their last album. They're just pretty much extreme, brutal deathcore, but the knob's set to 11. Just really fucking heavy shit, cool riffs, and insane vocals and intense drums. The whole package, So that's really what I'm expecting, but I'm also hoping for a little bit of just cool, unique innovations here and there, because it's still deathcore and it's really hard to stand out, even though these guys are really good at what they do. Hopefully I hear those little bits of innovation here and there. But yeah, I'm just fucking excited. Let's check it out. Slaughter To Prevail. Okay. Oh, that hardcore style riff. Come on, let's go. Fuck yeah. All right. Gets you right away. Oh. That's a headbanging riff, man. I love the chromaticism, but it's still catchy. It's a hard thing to do. Are we gonna get heavy? Okay. It's kind of doing like the Slipknot talking thing, which is cool. Love the dissonant work on the guitar. Oh, fuck. Kind of reminds me a little bit of like a mirror, with like the groove mixed in with the vocal style. Just that part, at least. Okay. Back to that clean, chill part. Not really clean, but chill part. Really cool video too. So fuck his vocals, Jesus. Back to that kind of a mirror part. Okay, hell yeah. Jesus. Oh, let's go. This better be fucking smashing. Love the like lead work too. Let's go. Okay. Solo. Unexpected, but oh, is this the breakdown? Yeah. Oh, fuck. Oh, let's go. Oh, fucking hell. Kids are gonna die in the pit when this fucking happens. Okay, throwing in the solo bit there. The solo's distracting me a bit, but I like the groove and the rhythm going on. Holy fucking shit. That's it. Slaughter To Prevail. Oh god. He's about to fuck shit up. Slaughter To Prevail. Agony. Okay. First of all, that ending. Oh, that fucked me up. That was some good shit. Anyways, let's get into it because I have a few things here. Slightly mixed feelings, but yeah. So guitar work, really good guitar work. Loved it. I love that the main riffs were not just mindless chromatic hardcore riffs that a lot of deathcore bands do. They actually had a groove to it, and they had a little bit of a chromatic melody to it. Really hard to pull off. It's hard to make that catchy. It's hard to make that memorable because chromaticism is such like a weird kind of thing, which is it's hard for people to identify a certain melody within chromaticism, I guess is my point. So they did a very good job with that. So love the just chromatic work and making it catchy with the riffs. Also just loved, the backing leads, like the kind of ambient work was really fucking sick. I loved it. It really amped everything up. It was a nice touch of flavor in the background that it wasn't in your face. So it wasn't like you had to, it wasn't like the shining point. But if you went searching for it, you would find it and it'd be like, oh, that's a nice little touch of flavor. Love the ambient work. The solos. So let's go with the first solo. It first caught me off guard because I also feel like it kind of amped up, or the part before that was amping up for something really heavy. Because they ended heavy though, it makes sense now. But as I was listening, I was really fucking confused. But anyways, the solo itself, like, it was cool. I feel like, I was wanting a little bit more in terms of just phrasing, even throwing some harmonies, because like those deathcore, death metal style solos, they can work really well and they can be very memorable. But I heard just kind of a lot of just like constant, just sixteenths or just like eighths or triplet stuff. I didn't really hear any, pauses or phrasing to make it so each note kind of had it. Not that each note needed space, but at least a few notes had some space. To make it so it was a little more, again, just add a little bit more emotion with it regarding the solo, because the actual notes he was choosing with the solo were great. The dark, diminished style, harmonic minor style notes with the chromatic twist. I like the notes he was choosing. I just wish there was a bit more rhythmic phrasing, a little bit more flavor that way. And also, even some harmonies, I think would have brought it a little bit more to life. Because especially with that very, very dark style of soloing with all those, darker, diminished style scales, it's really important to have a little bit of that harmony to add that variety. So that's really all I'd really say about the solo. But other than that, like, again, it was a cool solo. It's just I wish there was a little bit more flavors to it, because I know the guitarist is he's a monster and he can write some really, really cool solos. So I was just missing a little bit of that is all. And even at the end, he was doing kind of the sweeps. They were okay. They kind of felt like they were just there to be there and to kind of be like, okay, this is the ending. It's all brutal as fuck. Let's just also put this on top to make it even more chaotic. Instead of being there to kind of add more emotion or add a little bit more uniqueness, it was just kind of there. So it felt a little out of place in terms of, just wanting it to be a little more exciting at the end. And like the rhythm was heavy and nice during the end. So I was kind of just focusing on that anyways. I didn't really need like I didn't really need that on top of it. Maybe a little more of a chill melody or something like that, but just like kind of the very techie in your face, just like, here's some, sweet picking, I don't think was as needed in the end as well. But yeah, overall guitar work, good job. I really love the rhythm work. I think that's where he absolutely fucking aced it. In a very unique and great way. Drum work, fuck man, he's just what's going on here? He's just killing it. Like the fucking being able to keep up, first of all, with something like this. Again, I've said it a million times whenever I review kind of deathcore tracks. It's not fucking easy to keep up with the fills at this pace. Just all the kind of technical little innovations, when you hit certain accents on like cymbals or fucking even certain accents with ghost notes on snare at this speed, really, really, really fucking hard. So just the technical ability, first off, amazing. And I really love the grooves he was throwing out there, because the rhythm guitar was throwing out a lot of grooves and the drummer was matching it at some points, but at a lot of points he was also kind of creating his own grooves. It was really like the guitars and the drums were playing with each other. It wasn't just like, okay, the guitarist wrote this and then drummer, you have to match it exactly. It felt like they were almost jamming together, which is really cool, but they were jamming in a very cohesive way. So drum work, fucking ace, ace, ace. Bass work, same thing as I usually say. Good job. I didn't hear anything crazy innovative, specifically from bass stuff, but it was good. Kept up, and he kept the backbone going. So fuck yeah. Vocals. Alex. Fuck, he's a monster. Like, what the fuck? Dude, look at it. Like, this face right here just tells it all. He fucks you up in the best way possible, man. Alex, you absolutely fucking killed it. Love the vocal performance. I will say a few things about certain spots, though, but I love, first of all, the just technical ability and the variety. I do like the variety of him showcasing, okay, like, I'm brutal as fuck. He has his iconic lows, the tunnel throat kind of style. Excuse me if I'm saying that wrong. And then his highs are insane, his mids. He has a lot of just range, but then also he included the kind of that clean talking style stuff. A little more mellow vocals, which are a little more reminiscent of like when he does like Linkin Park covers, or I don't know. I think he does Linkin Park covers. When he does like kind of his just covers of more chill songs recently, things like that, which he absolutely kills. And even his other band, I'm forgetting the name of it right now. I know he has a lot of that style within it. So I'm glad he brought some of that to Slaughter To Prevail, just for some variety. I didn't need necessarily that much of it, maybe for their first single, because it is, I'd say, still an experimental thing, bringing it into Slaughter To Prevail. It's a little bit of a risk for the people who are listening to Slaughter To Prevail and don't know Alex's, ability to do the other really cool vocal stuff. So I applaud him for bringing it in. I just maybe say not as much of it, at least for the first single, right? For like a track here and there, I think that's cool, but not for first single. A little too much of the variety, actually, which is something I wasn't expecting to say. But I personally I like the variety again, but that's because I know he can do it, and he still shocked me in a few cool things. So Alex fucking killed it. I'd have to give Alex, I think, MVP here, or the drummer dude. They absolutely slayed it. Let's talk about audio, just in general. Structure. Started off great. Started off as what I kind of expected as a Slaughter To Prevail song, just brutal, in your fucking face. Let's go. Then it went to the chill part, the Slipknot talking verse. Didn't expect that. It was a shock, but as I'm, kind of taking in what I just listened to, at first I thought it was a weird surprise that caught me off guard in a bad way. I kind of like it. As I kept listening to the song, I was like, okay, it makes a little more sense. It's definitely a shock to a first-time listener, but I think it does fit in the long run in a really cool and different way. Because after that intro, I was expecting something even heavier to kind of happen. But they went the chill route, and I appreciate that. I don't know if the chill spot maybe could have fit a little later, instead of just kind of pretty much at the start. No, I think it fits nicely. It's a cool and unique song, and it makes them stand out from the other deathcore bands by putting something like that there structurally. And then it goes into kind of like the Amir chorus. I dig it. It's cool. I can definitely hear the Amir in there, but I can hear the Slaughter To Prevail very promptly as well. So I'm like that variety. Then they go back to the chill thing. And the second time they went back to the chill thing, I liked it. I wish they cut that time in half, though. They went a little too long, I think, with it. It was a little too much of like going back and forth of like, ooh, like brutal as fuck, and then kind of a little more chill, and then brutal as fuck, and then a little more chill. Yeah, I just wish the second time they cut it maybe in half the time. And then they were doing like a pre-bridge or something, like they were just doing a bridge in general. And I was expecting it to lead to a breakdown, but it led to that solo. Was not a fan of that structural choice, I guess, right there. The thing that made it make sense was when it resolved at the end, because you're building all that hype before that solo that I didn't know was going to be a solo, right? Building all that hype, and it's a pre-breakdown, like people are ready to fucking mosh, and then a solo comes out of nowhere. It's kind of like, what? But then after, they fucking resolved the hype in a really, really good way, and they actually built upon the hype even more first, and then resolved it in a huge way. The solo, I don't have an issue with the solo, being in the song. I think maybe, I don't know, because they did do it heavy later and resolved it. It was weird. I think I have to listen to it a few more times to be like, is it a weird surprise or does it fit? I'd say maybe put it a little later. Resolve that hype first, put the solo after it, and then build to the ending like they did. That's what I would say, you know. But yeah, so other than that, then the ending came, that pre-fucking ending breakdown. Oh, hyped me up. Beautiful. Loved that pre-breakdown. It did everything it needed to do. It made me so happy. I loved that part. Beautiful. It was heavy. It was pretty long, but the thing is, there was so much going on that it didn't really feel long. So loved it. Then the breakdown hit. Beautiful. Absolutely satisfied. It was heavy as shit. It really brought the whole song together. And then I liked how it continued on. It got heavier, heavier. Then again, the leads came in, like the sweep picking stuff. I just didn't think it needed it. It was already good. It was like, that was kind of like, you know, a little too much at that point for me. But other than that, I really like kind of how everything came together and resolved. But yeah, overall, structure was cool, very different, unique in the kind of the deathcore area, I would say, in terms of just where they put all the specific parts. But yeah, it's an interesting track. So video fucking cool. You know, he looks brutal as shit. Definitely Agony's a great title for this this track. You know, it's just a very visually appealing piece. It fits with the vibe of the song. You know, even the chill parts, it fits with that. And it's Slaughter to Prevail as fuck. Like, it's just, there's blood everywhere. It's heavy. And it just shows their brutality. Great video work. Hell yeah. So overall, I'd give this song... this is tough for me. Because there's a lot of innovation with this song that I really, really like, and I'm glad I hear from them. I think they maybe just need to... I think they need to do it... need to practice with it a little more in order to really blend it with their sound a little bit more tighter. Because I'm not saying that things they brought in for the innovation part, like the chill part, the Slipknot kind of talking, and even some of the guitar work and stuff like that doesn't fit with their style. I think it does fit very well. I think they need to work with it a little more to get a little more comfortable combining those two elements in a really cohesive way. I would give this song either 3.5 or 3.75 nicks out of 5. I honestly am not sure. I think it was a really good package, really cool song. It delivered on a lot of what I was expecting. Just kind of, again, the abrupt, weird solo stuff, and just the elongated talking, screaming, yelling part. There was a couple times during the song when I was listening that it messed with my flow. And I think it would mess with a lot of first-time listeners' flow when going through it. So yeah, other than that though, awesome job. Glad to hear that they are back, and I'm really fucking stoked to listen to more of their music. Anyways, I've talked for quite some time right now, so I'm going to shut up. But if you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below. I'm going to leave a link to the original Slaughter to Prevail video in the description as well. Go check it out. Go show the dudes some love. They're awesome musicians and really good songwriters too. But yeah, much love, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.